folks, and welcome back to my channel and to this very nostalgic video on, well, my trip, or you can say my work trip to Panama. So basically I already made a background for it in my previous video last week on how and why I learned Spanish. So this is more like a sequel to that. So basically, as I told you last time, that I was selected for two upskilling projects in the Latin American countries, Panama and Costa Rica, for 2 years. And the first one was Panama, where we had to go for 3 months. But before get into that, I would like to warn you about a few things that, first of all, me in 2015, I was like very plump, not looking like this. I was 60 kgs, so don't get shocked by the way I look in the photographs and the videos. Secondly, at that time I didn't have a very good camera. It was hardly 8 megapixels, so the photographs and videos are a little bit blurred, but not all of them, some of them. And third and most important thing, that there are many people in this particular journey, in this whole project. So I will be hiding their faces in the photographs that I show you, because obviously they might not be very comfortable me sharing it without their consent. All right, having given that disclaimer, let's go ahead. So it was 2015, 19th of November or 18th of November that we reached there. But the prep thing started obviously 2 months earlier, where we had to get our visas done, and then the travel part and plan what country we will pass through. So we had to do a transit from the US because there was no direct flight to Panama. And we went through Amsterdam and then to US and then to, I think, Panama. And then, we started off from Mumbai, I think on 17th, or was it 18th morning? Because it was a total, I think, 15 to 20 hours of journey. However, me and the three trainers with me, we obviously boarded the flight. We on the last call, because till last minute we were doing the prep. We were, gathering documents, taking information from our manager on what to do, how to do everything. We had already prepped for the culture over there. Like I showed you, I was ready with the knowledge of, the basic language and communication and the way they live and the cost of living and everything. However, the last minute, instructions on whom to meet and how to talk and all those things. Anyway, so finally we did reach Mumbai airport, and we managed to get onto the flight at the last call. So, and then I think we reached Amsterdam in what, 8 hours? I'm not sure. I've completely lost track of time. I have no memory of how much time it took to reach where. But yeah, we had a stop at Amsterdam. These are the photographs. Our flight was KLM, and I just filmed a cargo loading luggage, on the flight and everything. So it was a fun journey. It was my first ever flight journey, because first of all, I had a trip or two before that, like Australia and Africa, but I denied both because I had other projects, local projects that I had to take care of. And secondly, I am super scared of flights. So I just was never man enough to take up an international journey. But however, this was a project for the office. It was a prestigious project, so I had agreed that okay, I'll go. Anyway, so we did manage to reach Panama, okay, I think on the 19th, if I'm not wrong. Just let me show you some snips and photographs of the hotel that we were lodged in for the first 2-3 days. I think it was called Lemon. So it was a very small, quaint hotel. It was more like a bed and breakfast situation. We were not cooking or not allowed to cook over there. And every morning we had this very like standard breakfast of fried eggs and bread, and then there was fruit bowl and juice, which we liked for the first 2 days, but we being Indian, it was not enough. And then we went out to hunt for some good food, and we found this little, like, you know open restaurant type called Clover House. And it was a very nice quaint place, and we checked the menu. Everything was like non-vegetarian, and one girl with us, Neha, she was like hardcore vegetarian. She didn't even eat eggs. Say, and whatever we saw on the menu was meat. We were not much aware of it was beef or like pork or something. So we all finally decided to go for, well, a very simple veg burger. And what came to us was this. As you can see, all they did was this put all vegetables in it, and they had these fried pepper potatoes, and then we got Coke so that we could swallow that. So it was our first, I think, meal outside, in a restaurant in Panama. It wasn't the best at all, but the ambience was very good. We enjoyed, but we knew that we can't survive here because there was no proper food available. Anyway, so we did go out, in the first 2 days or so. Anyway, so let me show you the hotel also. This is what the hotel looks like from outside Lebanon. And our room was like a small, studio type room, where there was a double bed in front of the AC and a single bed in the corner near the washroom, which I occupied because I cannot tolerate too much AC, and the other girls were very happy to get the bed in front of the AC. So I was like, wow, all settled. And yeah, and I mean, um, the other girl with me was Vidya. We never met each other before. She's from Bhubaneswar. Neha was with me in head office, so I knew her. And there was the other guy, Suresh, who was, I think, from Bangalore. I'm not sure. Anyway, so we all settled in our respective rooms, and this is what the room looked like. So these girls are sleeping, and it was, I think, early morning hours or late night. I don't remember because there was a time difference of 11 and a half hours. So I was answering some emails since I was leading the project. I was answering some emails, and they were sleeping. So yeah. Anyway, we were all settled in, and we went our first day to. So I brought some, little gifts for the staff. I didn't know how many people I was going to expect, but I had bought some, decorative diyas for them, as you can see. And in the first day, so they had arranged a bus for us who would pick and drop us to the center. It's called Inade. Let me just tell you the full form. It is INADH, which means Instituto Nacional de Formación Profesional y Capacitación para el Desarrollo Humano, which means the National Institute of Professional Formation and Education for Human Development. Anyway, so this was the institute that we were going to train the professors, all some 25 or so professors that we had to train. And this place was located in, a area which is near the Panama Canal, just next to the Panama Canal. And I think, if I remember correctly, it was an old military base which was now, converted into an educational zone where there were students studying in different centers, including Inade. I believe they don't have their army now. They just, use that place for education purposes. The most important thing I remember about going to the Inade Institute was the scenic drive. It was lush green, and it was so clean. All the roads were spacious, broad, very well maintained. And there was a little airport, like open airport. I think it was a mini airport, for, like, smaller flights. And it was open to view. I could see takeoffs, landings. It was such fun. And then there was a engine. I'll show you all of that eventually. Anyway, so the first day we went there and we got introduced to the staff, the dean, and everyone, and of the institute. And we had a little, lunch. We also got introduced to the professors who are going to be our students eventually. And yeah, the receptionist, the clerk, everyone. The center manager, her name was Yoribel, and um, I think the head was Salvatore, Mrs. Salvatore. And yeah, I mean, we met quite a few new people, and they were also very happy to see us because they had met Indians for the first time, and we had met Spanish people for the first time. So it was quite a good interaction. Like the local staff did not know English, but all the professors thankfully were able to speak very good English and were able to understand. However, we had to speak very slow. Anyway, that was our first meeting with the staff at Inade and the students. And then we went to take a look at the centers. I believe there were some three or four labs. One was downstairs next to the office, and I think two or three upstairs. I don't really remember very well. No, I think two downstairs facing each other, and two upstairs facing each other. And we were obviously four of us, so me and the three trainers. So we obviously needed four rooms. So we, set up our labs accordingly. That I'll take my classes here, I'll take my classes here. So I was doing a dual job. I was also going to train as well as I was going to handle the entire project. So it's basically the spot for it. Yeah, so
Good morning. Welcome to Inade. Hi. Okay, I'll take you around Inade first. This is the main entrance. Okay. Okay, we'll go inside now. That's the campus of Inade. That's the entrance. That's Neha. Hi. This is the clerical office. That's the reception. That's the microwave. That's Batilda. Batilda, say hi. This is the waiting area. We'll go to the labs now. This is lab number 1. This is where Vidya takes her class. Oops, Vidya is missing. This is the coffee machine, snacks vending machine, it's the Coke vending machine. This is lab number 2. This is where I take my class. Oops, I'm also missing. Sorry for that. go to the first floor. Okay, so this is Yurbal's office. She's the chief in charge over here. This is lab 3. This is Suresh lab. This is Suresh's lab. Suresh, say hi. This is another waiting area. This is lab number 4, Neha's lab. Oh, Neha is here already. Hi, Neha. Okay, that takes care of the entire center. We'll go down again.
That was our first introduction to the center, and then we went to the Indian embassy to meet the ambassador, but I think she was not there, so we met her first secretary, her team of first secretary, Mr. Naresh, Mr. Vipin, Mr. Rajveer sir. So all of them we met, and it was quite a good introduction. And we had one person from the, I think, embassy, or was it from the MEA? His name was, honestly, I can't remember his name. Strangely, I don't even have him in my contact list, which is very strange. But anyway, he was, I think, a student. He was studying and at the same time helping out in the, I think, the embassy with the, visa and immigration process. So what the problem was that our we were granted visa for only like a month or so, uh, like from, so our visa was expiring in January or December, was it? So we had to again extend our visa for another month or two. So that's how he came into the picture, that he was helping us out with that entire process. Anyway, so you can see him in the picture. That's him. I don't know, Eduardo, his name was Eduardo, I don't know. Honestly, I can't remember. Anyway, so we had a small lunch, in a cafeteria nearby the Inade center, and that's how our first day got over, meeting the staff and also the embassy's dignitaries. So yeah, please excuse me because a few things are now vague in my mind because it's a 7-year-old thing, but I'm trying to recollect as much as possible. So I think we landed on 19th, and then 21st we met. By 20 we had settled down, and by 21st we had met everybody, and 22nd November was our first Sunday, and obviously then it was time to explore. So we just all hell broke loose, and me and my two girl trainers, Neha and Vidya. We just went out to explore things nearby, so we didn't know how to hail a taxi and what are the good places to go at that point of time. It was just our very first you know holiday, so we thought we'll just keep it simple and just explore nearby. So thankfully there was a small mall, but it was a very beautiful mall and there were so many brands over there just nearby, like walking 5 minutes walking distance. I don't remember the name again, unfortunately, but there was a huge Christmas tree, you know uh, designed in like lavender color, purple color, if I remember. And it was so very well decorated because obviously it was November, so it was about to be Christmas time. So there was a lot of Christmas decoration all over the place. We were lucky to have reached Panama, in the Christmas time, which was the festive time, and we explored so much. Um, and then we ordered our first meal over there in the mall. You can just see how lovely the meal is. So since Neha was again pure vegetarian, and we didn't know how expensive the food would be, so we just, and obviously how good the taste would be, so we ordered only one dish of pasta to play on the safer side, and it was very delicious. And I remember there was a little girl behind me. I don't know if you can see, one in the blue t-shirt. She was so cute. She was constantly, mumbling something. So I started playing with her. Eventually, I just can't resist kids. So I just started playing with her. Anyway, so we had a great time in the mall. We explored a lot. We bought nothing because it was our very first day. Me being a shopaholic, it was very difficult for me to restrain myself from not buying anything. But yeah, I mean, we enjoyed our very first holiday, just exploring uh, the nearby places, and it was fun. All right, now with 23rd onwards we were moved into the other hotel. It was more like a hostel, where there were multiple rooms and people were sharing rooms. So there were two rooms booked for us. One was a larger room which had three beds and quite spacious, and one smaller one for the gentleman who was with us. And there was a separate kitchen, and it had a garden area and a reception, very nicely maintained reception area. And this place was called as Mediterranean Dreams, and it was in an area called El Dorado, which is El means the and Dorado is golden, so the golden area. Anyway, so it was quite a you can say, you can say, central area kind of thing, because we had the bank, the mall. I mean, when I say mall, it was a grocery store and supermarket rather, sorry, and the petrol pump and the bus stand and everything, all the restaurants, McD, KFC, Taco Bell. Taco Bell was very famous over there for Mexican food and everything. So it was quite a central area. It was just like 2 minutes walking from our lane. So let me just show you a glimpse of our new hostel that was called Mediterranean Dreams. However, Mediterranean Dreams now, as I just checked while I was trying to read this video, is called Dreams Tree now. Dreams Dream, and it is now how do you say, daycare center for kids. It has been transformed into a daycare center for kids. So yeah, let me just show you. And yeah, before you go there, I just want to tell you that yellow being my favorite color, I was so surprised to see yellow walls in the garden, and I was so happy because it made the place look so cheerful and so lively. Anyway, I'm not gonna talk much about it. You just take a look.
Welcome to our room. That's Neha.
Hola.
That's our room. Now we are going out into the corridor towards the garden. That's the garden. There you are. This is the entire garden with lovely flowers. That's the barbecue. This is the party zone. Going back now. This is the library. That's Johan's. Johan, say hi.
Hi.
That is our kitchen. Well furnished. That's our induction gas system. This is the whole cupboard, fridge, the laundry area. Moving further, that's the reception area. These are the other rooms. Okay, we'll go out now. We're out. That's the parking lot. That's another small garden area. Now I'm opening the gate. There you are. That is Mediterranean Dreams, our hostel. This is the entire avenue. This is from where we walk towards office. That's it for now. Ciao.
So that was our hostel, and Johannes, as you saw in the video, he was the caretaker, and there was one more guy, Charlie. I don't remember his name again, but yeah, they were the two guys taking care of the hostel at that time, and they were so friendly, so much fun. Um, I think Johannes was from Venezuela, if I'm not wrong, and he had migrated over here for work. Um, anyway, so yeah, let's move on. So now that we were based, at a stable location, now we took one day to, tuck in everything, and we bought our groceries, and then I brought out, and, arranged my clothes and everything. And then finally we settled in, and then our routine started. So the next day again, we had to get up at very early morning hours, like 5 o'clock or 5:30 or 6, because by 7 o'clock we had to be at the bus stand to get the bus who used to come to pick us up. So we had to wake up like 5 o'clock because there were four of us, and we had to cook our lunch and also our breakfast. And because by I think 9 o'clock or 8 o'clock we were supposed to be at the center. It took an hour's drive in the bus to reach the center, it's that far away. But anyway, so we settled in, and then the routine life started. So then on 24th, when we were ready to go to the center, I just noticed a lady with a convertible like bike, which was converted into a stall. And she used to come in the morning with some snacks. Like we have these like morning snack stalls in India also. Like people bring idli and sambar and upma and everything for the people who are office goers in the morning. Likewise, she also used to bring, and she had a bike converted into a stall. So it was a very fun thing to look at every day. So we started to get used to her. Once or twice, I think we also bought a snack from her. I think she was mostly selling noodles or pasta, I think, if I remember correctly. Anyway, so then, yeah, on 24th, I think, or 25th, I don't remember, I took those diyas and I gave it to the people over there, the staff over there, and they were so happy to receive it. I want to recall the names. One second, guys. I'm just gonna. Um, okay, first let me show you the photographs of the center, and then I'll try to recall in the meantime the names of all the staff members. Anyways, this was what happened like every single day. We used to get up early, or sometimes I used to, if I was not able to get up early, I used to ensure that I cook my breakfast and dinner in the night, breakfast and lunch in the night only, and then I used to heat it up in the morning and take it to the center, because we used to get so exhausted, because getting up at 6 o'clock every day, sleeping 11:30 till late night every day, and then there were other people who were cooking, so we didn't get the kitchen empty every time. And then the vessels were not done, because and they used to cook pork, some of them used to cook pork, and they didn't used to clean the vessels properly. So I remember my friend Neha, she practically survived on Maggie and pasta and bread butter all through her 3 months with us, because she was petrified of cooking or in any of the vessels, because obviously they had been used to cook meat earlier, so she was not sure if it was washed properly. We tried to explain her several times that doesn't matter, but she's like, no, I'm not cooking those vessels. And then she just managed with Maggie. So let me just show you some different kind of food preparations, how the kitchen looked like, and how much fun we had, cooking in that kitchen, because the induction had only four stoves, and each one of them was occupied. We used to boil all eggs together. We used to put all bread together for all of us. So it was so much fun, just multitasking and managing time. It was a lot of learning. And the funniest thing was they did not have a balan. You know what a balan is? What we use to make chapatis. And what what we did was, there was a stick I don't know what that stick was used for. It was a decorative item. We just took that, and the flour was there. I mean, we had brought it from home. There was no like wheat flour over there. There was only the like maida, as we call it, the refined flour. So we did a DIY kind of thing, and we converted that stick into our belan, and we cooked chapatis that way because I was fed up of eating bread at some point of time. I just wanted to have chapatis or puri or something. So that's how we managed. So, like I said, by now we had already settled into our routine. You know, getting up at 6, sleeping at 11:30, doing work all day, going to the center and coming back in the bus. So it was almost like a week or two that we had settled down, and now we were itching to explore more. Now we had Saturdays working, but half day. So by half day we were free. So first Saturday or two, we couldn't understand where to go. We didn't know. But then coming December, we 13th of December was another Sunday. So we thought we'll check what we can do on that day. And so me and my two trainers, Neha and Vidya, which are now I will call them friends. I wouldn't call them trainers now. We are friends. So we decided to go to Casco Viejo. That is the old city. So, Casco Viejo, where Viejo is Viejo, is basically the old town of Panama. So, I'll just read a little bit of history about it. So, Casco Viejo, also known as Casco Antiguo or San Felipe, is the historic district of Panama City. Completed and settled in 1673, it was built following the near total destruction of original Panama City. There's also an area called Panama Viejo, which is, I think, the old Panama. In 1671, it was destroyed when the latter was attacked by pirates. So you know that, so Panama is obviously near the Caribbean islands, and obviously the pirates of the Caribbean are very, like, popular stories. So Panama Viejo was also apparently attacked in 1671 by pirates, and now it is designated as a World Heritage Site, since 1997. So this is a short story, and this place Casco Viejo is you know, it is a very scenic place. I mean, there are not trees and everything, but it is very very beautiful, in the sense the old houses and the localities of like very old, like we have our old towns in India also, that the architecture is different, it's old and it's different. The same kind, like that colorful homes and beautiful balconies, floral balconies, and such beautiful place. I'll just show you. It was so much fun roaming around in the small lanes and looking at the different houses, and it was very amazing. Just take a look at it. And then there was this reclamation called Cinta Costera. I mean, there were different parts where they had reclaimed the how do you call it, um, the land near the sea to create a road. And the latest one was Cinta Costera 3, which was very much like a Bandra Worli ceiling, connecting to ends of the same city to cut down on the traffic. So I can just show you on the um, screen what it looks like. This is what it looks like, Cinta Costera 3. It is like a road connecting two ends of a land, uh, and I think it is between. Let me see. It is the latest one is between Patija to El Chorizo. Um, these are two ends, like we have Bandra and Worli. Likewise, it has also two ends that it connects. It's wonderful. So this was our first visit to the old town, and the first impression was like it's magical. It was like we were transported in some different world, in some different time, and the people over there were also very like like not even middle class, they're like average, poor to average kind of, financial economy, which we saw in the lanes. And there were some better areas also, which there were restaurants and all those things. This was our first trip. We couldn't explore too much, but whatever we explored, it was really magical. And needless to say, we did some shopping, some, little, like, how do you say it, mementos, which we can carry back, eventually. And now just some photos of our daily routine, like, going to the mall, going to the grocery store, or you can supermarket, going to work, and some small photo shoots around the house and everything. So just enjoy. And now let me show you what it looks like when we, go to our office. So there's a petrol pump in front of which we have our bus stand from where our bus used to pick us up. It was a Puma petrol pump, I think. And then on the way, I want to show you that there was a little airport, mini airport, from where we used to see, flights taking off. So that day we had requested our driver to stop for a few minutes so I could see a flight take off, and then just see how the way it looks like. And the place now I remember where the Inade Center was located was Ciudad del Saber, means city of knowledge.
पता है तुमको पता है समय का ये पल हम सा गया है सुर में गाओ और इस पल में कोई नहीं है बस एक मैं हूँ बस एक Noodles there. Welcome to City of Knowledge.
So one fine day, we just got very bored of eating, you know, this local food. So we just wanted to have, yeah, some Indian food, and we figured out that there was an Indian restaurant not very far away. Don't remember the name again. I don't know if it's there in the photographs also. But after we finished our work, we asked our driver to drop us somewhere midway, and then I think we went to this Indian restaurant, which you'll see in the photographs now. And we ordered a scrumptious Indian meal, paneer, and I think butter chicken, or was it paneer? No, I think we must have ordered paneer because Neha is a veggie. So yeah, and then naan and coke and everything. And we were so happy, though the meal was not that great because obviously they made it to the taste of the locals, like not much spicy, but it was still better than having the Mexican food all the time. Yeah, and then we came home and we just had some fun in the garden area. We played cards and just had coffee and all. So then on Sunday, somebody told us that there's a very like good parade going on in Cinta Costera. So we thought, okay, let's go. And you have no idea, my God, we were so happy, so excited to see that parade, and we took a lot of photographs over there. You'll see in a while. And then it was like 10 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock. We just waited and waited and waited, and it was so scorching hot, and we were dehydrated. And finally, we just decided we'll go from there because the parade did not start, and I was out of my mind because of the heat, and everybody else was also dehydrated. So we finally decided to leave. But I did take a few photographs of like the people and the arrangement and everything. You can just check it out. But I just wish I could have had a chance to see that parade, because later on we came to know that the parade started, and it was so much fun everybody had. But the crowd was so much. I was claustrophobic, first of all, because of so much crowd and the heat. So we just decided to leave. We did a lot of photography and we just left.
¿Está abierta? Pero hay unos muchachos. Fíjate para ver si hay.
All right, then back to work now. The other day, somewhere on 8th or 9th, I don't remember, when we were going to the office to the in our day center, there's a huge engine that comes on the left side, and I told our driver that please can you stop here for a while so we can take some photographs. So I'll just show you what it looks like. Just check it out, and I'll also show you the Panama Canal railway track that comes in between our Ciudad del Saber and the road that we use. So we have to stop there, let the train pass, and then I told you that it's just very close to Panama Canal. So check it out.
इन लोगों का गेट कभी पड़ता नहीं है।
And now just some fun photo shoot in Ade and the surroundings. It was such a huge campus and it was so well maintained. And there was this huge building, which I think was initially the quarters of the military people. Now I think it was a hostel to students, but it was so amazing. I mean, just look at the photo shoot. The area was stupendo, fantabulously fantastic. Anyway, so this is how our days were going, and then again Saturday came. I think 13th December or 12th December, I think, and we were invited to one of the secretariat's house for dinner. I think VP Singh sir. And for the first time, we met their entire families and all their like spouses and children and everyone. And it was such a fun gathering. And Eduardo was also there from the embassy, representing the embassy. And yeah, the food was delicious. I just enjoyed that dinner so much. And then they, asked me to sing a song, uh, some old song. So then I sang a song for them in Hindi, and then Darshan ma'am also sang another song. So just take a look at the fun moment, a very respectful, very honorable moment for us to be invited to the, secretariat's house for dinner. So after a fun dinner, of course, the next day was Sunday again. Again, time to go and explore. So we again went to Casco Viejo because we couldn't complete that place like fully this time. So we went to the better looking locations over there where there was restaurants and church and everything. And this time we went to a place which was very strange. Like there were restaurants around it, and there was this statue of an eagle. Hold on, Let me look at the photograph and then I'll be able to tell you. So there was a huge eagle kind of bird, and then there were soldiers with flags around it. So it is the Simon Bolivar Monument in Casco Viejo. So this bronze monument with a condor, okay, it's called a condor, flying majestically over soldiers carrying flags, is a tribute to Simon Bolivar. He was known as the Liberator. He was a Venezuelan, so from Venezuela, military leader. Organized He organized the Pan American Congress in 1826 near the statue, and the goal was to unify Latin America's independence from Spain. So, just for your information, Latin America was under Spanish rule, and that's why they all speak Spanish over there. Just like when we were in British rule, we started speaking English. These people were under Spanish rule, and this particular soldier, this particular liberator, Simon Bolivar, he organized this congress to get independence from Spain. Okay, now this area is called the Plaza Bolivar, and it was dedicated to his achievements in 1883, and a museum where the Amphitronic Congress was conducted is located a few steps away. Yeah, so this is what it is all about. Simon Bolivar's monument, very popular, and this area is called Plaza Bolivar, and there are some nice restaurants over there. So just take a look. Oh, and the most disastrous thing that happened over here with all the fun that we had, when we were hungry, we ordered a pizza. It was a good sized pizza and it was a chicken pizza. Our friend, she ordered a veg pizza, of course, only cheese pizza, and we ordered chicken cheese pizza. And it was honestly the worst pizza I've ever had in my life. Uh, and what we had to do, because the chicken was raw, it was raw, it was not cooked, so we had to remove all the, I mean, it was just pure plain boiled chicken, not, I wouldn't say it was raw, it was boiled chicken. We had to remove all the pieces of chicken and put it on one side, and we ate, me and Vidya, we only ate the cheese pizza. It was such a disaster, and when the guy came to collect the place, he's like, he looked at all the chicken in one plate and like, how was the pizza? He said, fantastic. So that was semi disastrous Sunday lunch. So then, somewhere in between, uh, the next week, like between 14 to 20, we had a lunch with, I think, the head of Inade. I don't know, I don't remember his position, but he was Don Madaldo. And he was such a charming guy. Like, he had arranged for a very beautiful lunch for us. Well, the lunch was not that great. There was some bread and buns and fruits and everything. You can just see in the in the image, and it was carrots and tomatoes and some, I think, mayo and buns. That was all the lunch that was offered to us. Um, but he was such a charming guy. We had so much fun interacting with him. Yeah, it was our first meeting with him. So he's such a wise man. He has such good vision, and he was just sharing everything about how Inade came about and what is the mission of Inade and how we want to progress with this project and everything. So it was a very, like, good experience talking to such a wise person. So on 19th, we were invited to dinner at the other secretariat's place, Mr. Naresh, and oh my god, the vehicle that came to pick us up, it was so, like, embarrassing. It was like a tempo truck kind of thing with four-seater like arrangement, and there was a truck behind, and it was so embarrassing. We were all dressed in a party outfit, and we sat in that vehicle and we went to his place. Anyway, the dinner went very well. He was a very good host, his wife a good hostess. They fed us very good dinner. And then what happened was that we got delayed, And the guy, poor guy who had brought us, he was still waiting for us downstairs, and he got so annoyed, that because he had not had any dinner. And then Naresh sir had to come down and calm him, and because he was talking totally in Spanish, we could understand half of it, half not. He was constantly calling Suresh that how much more delay will it happen. And then we all went downstairs and he took us home. He was very angry, and that's how the dinner ended. But what I want you to see is the beautiful view from his house. His house at a quite high top, like at a good height, like 14, 15 floor. I don't remember much. But the night view was so amazing. There were lights all over the place in so many buildings and everything. Amazing view. Again, the next Sunday, that was 20 of December, we went to visit Panama Viejo, that is old Panama, which was the original city, as I told you, was destroyed in 1671, or was it 1761? I don't know. I just gave it the history earlier. And so we went to visit the ruins, and that was such a magical experience. That those are just ruins, like bricks, bricks, bricks everywhere. There was a cathedral, or you can say a chapel, and then there were ruins. There was a building, and I don't know what that was. There was just small, small sections of that city left out. But we had so much fun. It was I always like monuments and ruins. It just gives me a very mysterious, it goes like I go back in time and I enjoy thinking what life would have been with these people living over here. So just take a look at the beautiful photographs, and there was a museum also of the city and things that were there in the city which were recovered from the city. So just take a look at the beautiful place, and we did a lot of photography, needless to say. So then after Panama Viejo, we again went to Casco Viejo because I was hooked to that place by now. I just wanted to go there every day because it was so beautiful, and we took really fun photographs. And we went to the church specifically because we knew that there's going to be some celebration. And then we were lucky because there was some, I think, wedding going on, and there were those dancers who had been called to perform. They were performing on the street, and the ladies were wearing those traditional outfits called pujera, I think. Yeah, so the Panama's national outfit is the Gala Pojera and the Montuno. So the frocks that the ladies wear is called Pojera, and these originated in the central provinces of the country. The outfit consists of a handmade skirt and a shirt. They came in all colors and designs, and they are worn with combs and necklaces and tamlakis. I don't know what tamlakis is, but that's what. So I was so like amazed. The dance was not that great. They were just moving around like this very gracefully, and the guys and the girls with hand in hand and all that. And a lot of foreigners were there also who also joined in the dance. And me being a dance maniac, I could, nobody can restrict me, restrain me when it comes to dancing. So I also joined the troupe, and you can just see how much fun I had, dancing with them.
Sé que esa música inspira la sangre de uno, papá, folclórico, ले रही हूँ
So then came Christmas Eve and Christmas, the 25th December, we had a holiday, and we knew that the place to go again was Casco Viejo. So again, we went to Casco Viejo on 15th of December to see the Christmas tree decorated, the church, and everything. So just wanted to show you a few photographs. Like I said, Casco Viejo was my favorite spot in Panama. So what better place to go on Christmas? Next on 26th, again, we had, I think, half day. We were working, or were we not? I think it was a long weekend off, and we went to the best mall in the world that I've ever been, and that is Albrook's Mall. This mall, guys, is pretty much like a huge estate. And let me just give you some facts about it. So, Albrook Mall is a large shopping mall and leisure complex located in Panama City. As of July 2022, it was the 25th largest mall in the world and second largest in the Americas. Not America, Americas. So, all the Latin countries are known as Latin American countries are called Americas. And the fun thing about this place was that it had zones which were named, or you can say designed after different animals. So there was a lion zone, there was a, I think, a whale zone, and a hippopotamus zone, a tiger zone, elephant zone, lots of zones, and dinosaur zone. So we were so amazed. And like I told you in my Spanish video, the value of Balboa is almost equivalent to $1, and that is why things were so cheap. We got such fun stuff. I still have some of my t-shirts that I bought from Panama, some blouses that I bought from Panama. It's 7 years now, guys, and they have been used so much, they've been washed so much, but they're still in intact condition. So very good quality material and stuff we bought at like $2, $3 prices from the malls. So let me just show you the beautiful mall. So that's how we spent our weekend, the Christmas weekend, pretty much in malls only, looking at all the pretty Christmas decorations. Even the supermarket was very nicely decorated, and it was so much fun to watch all the Christmas decor. You know, this is the time when in American countries, or all the other countries across the world, where Christmas is, celebrated with so much like pomp and show. You should be there at this time, and I was lucky. We were lucky as a team to be able to go there. And then again, the week stretched, and then came 31st, 31st, New Year's Eve, and we were cordially invited to another of our secretariat, Mr. Rajveer Singh's home. And man, what a time we had. First of all, I don't drink, so we were all having like soft drinks, and they were all drinking, and they were all in such gala mood. It was late night. I think it was 2 a.m. till then we were there, because we were enjoying so much. I mean, I can show you a few videos, so I will hide faces mostly. But we had so much. We danced with all the ladies, like their wives, and it was such a beautiful, fun moment, memory of my life, that they were so candid. They were so like down to earth. They never behaved like they are the secretariat of the embassy. They all behaved like we were all, family, and we were enjoying having food, drinks, everything. And yeah, I mean, eventually at 2 o'clock I had to request sir that please let us go, because the next day we were going to go to visit the Panama Canal with the embassy. And I am such a like late sleeper. Like, if I have not had a good night's sleep, I cannot wake up in the morning so early. And we were supposed to be at the canal by 8 o'clock, I think. And we were still at sir's home at 2 a.m. And I think then later on, Naresh sir dropped us to our hostel by 2:30 or so, and we all dropped dead. We were so excited. It took us time to, sleep also, because we were so excited. Anyway, just take a look at the fun party we had. All right, now taking you to the most wonderful, amazing innovation, creations, engineering marvel, you know, created by human beings, and that is the Panama Canal. It is something I had only read in books ages ago, never even dreamt or thought of getting a chance to see this ever in my life. And this is one thing for which I'm very, very grateful, apart from everything else, to my ex company, Aptic Limited. That if had they not given me this chance, I would never had gone myself to the Panama Canal. Even if I would have traveled to the US by myself, I would never have thought of going to the Panama Canal, to watch it explicitly how it works. So it was a very emotional moment for me. It was a very, like, special moment for me, that I get to see something I have only read about in books. Anyway, so we reached Panama Canal in the morning as planned, and we're waiting downstairs, and then we didn't know where to go. Then I got a call from, I think, VP Singh sir, that come upstairs. And then we went upstairs, and we all the embassy people were there except Naresh sir. And we had a special guide to tour us around the, Panama Canal Museum and the Panama Canal, the section where the ships were passing from the Pacific, the Atlantic Ocean. So basically, Panama Canal is an artificial 82 kilometers waterway in Panama that connects the Atlantic Ocean with the Pacific Ocean and divides North and South America. It cuts across the Isthmus of Panama and is a conduit for maritime trade. So, uh, I mean, there's so much history, on it, on the internet about Panama. You can go through it. And the Panama Canal is fully owned and administered by Republic of Panama since the transfer of management from the joint U.S. Panamanian Panama Canal Commission in 1999. And well, it is something that was created in order to reduce the time between traveling from Atlantic to the Pacific Ocean. So it kind of cuts the journey to like so many days, cuts down the journey by so many days. So there are so many videos and facts about Panama Canal which you can read. I've also recorded some history about it if you want to see. But first, I want to show you the Panama Canal.
Hi, I was there. I think and a lot of engineering secrets because before us happened the Southern Ocean because the land was all.
So after the guide showed us, the actual, working of the Panama Canal, and we saw the huge ships. Oh my God! I was like, they were like, stories and stories of buildings. They were so high and they were so beautiful to look at. And then she took us to the theater where they showed us the history of Panama Canal and the engineering that went behind creating the Panama Canal, how the water level rises 3 levels up to bring the ship from here to there. I think Pacific to Atlantic. I'm not sure whether it was Atlantic to Pacific or the other way around. But you can just see in the video, you'll understand it's such a great engineering marvel.
Between both nations was reached on January 9, 1964. Panamanian students raised the flag in the zone under U.S. jurisdiction. This incident triggered riots that resulted in a tragic outcome for Panamanians. Finally, the Torrijos-Carter Treaties were signed in 1977, acknowledging Panama's sovereignty and stipulating the transfer of canal administration to the Republic of Panama on December 31st, 1999. Once under Panamanian stewardship, the canal faced the challenge of increasing the profitability of its operation. This was required to generate revenues for the country while addressing the increasing demand for its services.
ये सीन हम नहीं देख पाए ना because we are on the back side ना कौन सी front.
This astonishing engineering feat has three locks: Gatun locks on the Atlantic side, and Pedro Miguel and Miraflores on the Pacific. These locks operate as water elevators that raise the ship from sea level, either on the Pacific or the Atlantic, to the level of Gatun Lake, 26 meters above sea level, in their transit of the channel through the Continental Divide. It's important to highlight that all this operation is done under the principles of the law of gravity. The Panama Canal works around the clock. It's estimated that between 35 and 40 vessels transit the 80-kilometer waterway every single day in a journey that takes approximately 8 to 10 hours. From 1914 to the present, the canal has recorded more than 1 million transits. Every day, the need to expand the operating infrastructure of the waterway became more evident. Bigger locks were required to accommodate bigger ships, the post-Panamax vessels. After several years of thorough analysis, the canal expansion proposal was presented to the country and approved by Panamanians in a national referendum. Works under the expansion program were officially started on September 3rd, 2007, in the area of Paraíso, located on the banks of the canal. The project includes the building of 2 new sets of locks, one on the Pacific and the other on the Atlantic side, capable of handling more and bigger ships. The new locks will have sliding gates. In order to save water and guarantee the future conservation of its resources, water reutilization basins will be used. Canal expansion, which is being executed under the highest and strictest environmental, conservation, and protection standards, will generate new direct and indirect jobs and will promote new investments. These factors will encourage multiple and various economic activities under the umbrella of modernization, the transfer of technology, and the improvement of the quality of life in the country. The canal is an attraction due to its modern and grand engineering works, and also for the efficiency and thoroughness of its operation, which results from the talent and dedication of the country. When we accepted the challenge of taking over the canal, we also committed ourselves to doing it better every day. And so it has been done. Panama is a small country with big dreams. It is a country that is proud of its men and women who are confident about their future and who have a very special responsibility to keep the waterway operating to facilitate international trade. Because this is the Panama Canal, the world's route.
Not only that, they also took us into a simulation room where it felt like you were sitting in the ship or driving the ship, and the ship is going from Pacific to Atlantic. Like it was such an amazing experience, can't even express. And
the lowest rate ever registered, the Canal Victor Halliburton. Gentlemen, then.
We are rising up. We are rising up. Come on, let's go. मुझे एक्चुअली मोशन सिकनेस हो रहा है. And then we went to see the museum, the beautiful, things that were kept in the museum. They were all very fetching and a very learning kind of experience. It was just fun. There are no words enough to describe and how grateful I am for this experience. Thank you to the embassy also for arranging a special guide for us, and they all were with us throughout the entire um, tour. And yeah, I mean, very grateful to them also. And now just a few photos of the weekend when we were absolutely tired after the 2 days of fun, dancing and going to Panama Canal and roaming around. And yeah, we just went to fill up our stock for groceries. So some photographs of that. So we had a market called Supermercado 99 where we used to go to buy our groceries, and there was also one more called El Rey. El Rey is the king, where we used to go to buy our stuff. So with that, we have effectively completed till December end or reached 2nd of Jan. And then again, rest of the week, like Sunday, I think we chillaxed or something. And then again, the whole week was work, 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 teaching, teaching, teaching. We did photo shoots in the vicinity of Ciudad del Saber every single day. Like during the break time, we always did photo shoots, and all the professors were also very jolly. So we used to have fun time with them. We used to carry our food for them, to taste and all, and they used to bring fun stuff for us to try. So it was such a cool, cultural exchange, and we had a lot of fun. Then again, on next weekend, that was 9th of Jan, again, it was Saturday. We had a half day, so we asked the driver to drop us somewhere nearby Casco Viejo. Over there, he dropped us, and then again, we had a fun time in Casco Viejo. And in these photographs, you can also clearly see the Cinta Costera Reclamation Bridge, which is connecting the two ends, which I had shown earlier. I forgot the names of the places, just like Bandra Worli ceiling. And then on 10th Jan, that is Sunday morning, somebody told us that there's a Indian temple very close to our place, and it was just like I think, but it was so like secluded, it was difficult to find. It was hardly like 10 minutes from our place, but it was like so concealed that it took us time to find the way up there. But when we reached there, we were so happy to see that place. It was very well designed, and there were some Indian people over there doing some prayers and everything. As usual, we were only interested in, just a little bit of worship, and then we did lots of photo shoot, and yeah, and then we came down. Yeah, and I think that was the only thing we did on that day. We just were not in the mood to do anything else. We just went home, did some chillax in the garden, and in the hostel garden, and that's how we ended our Sunday on 10th of Jan. And yeah, I mean, right from the time we came to know about the Albrook Mall, you know, since then until the last time we, you know, went out, you know, on a Sunday, we always did multiple visits to Albrook Mall because there were so many zones, honestly. It was not possible for us to finish it in like one Sunday or one Saturday. And what we usually used to do was we used to ask our bus driver to drop us near a place which was near to Albrook Mall, where we could walk or we could just take a cab. And he would gladly drop us, and then we would go and hang out in the Albrook Mall. There was so much to see. There were different brands, there were different shops, and a lot of other things to do. So just take a look at some of our photos and fun times of Albrook Mall. Also, take a look at some of the photo shoots that we did in and around our hotel while going to work or just chilling out in the hotel. That was so much fun. Why do I keep saying hotel? It was hostel. And that too a pretty bright yellow color. Never ever seen it before.
देखो बारिश हो रही है It's raining, it's raining, it's raining तेरा दिल गा रहा है देखो बारिश हो रही है
And a few moments of fun going in the bus, and then spending time with the students at another. Also, there's a special photo of us going to the office, or you can say now in the bus. And then when we reached there, Anil was in a full swing mood. So I taught him how to make an aeroplane out of paper, and he had so much fun playing with it. And then I loved his bike so much. It was very like a strong, hefty bike, but I told him I want to click a photograph with it.
Hi, we are in a bus all alone. The whole bus is for us. Hi. Hi. Oh, देखो नहीं यहाँ पे बैठी है. The whole bus is only for us.
So that day, I think it was 23rd Jan. I don't know. Yeah, it was also a Saturday and half day, of course. So Denny is one of our, uh, you know, professors who was studying Android with me. She had, very kindly asked us if we would like to go with her on a drive to Causeway Amador and the Bridge of Americas. And I was like, why are you asking? I'm all ready for it. And me and Vidya and Neha, all three of us had decided to go in, I love Panama t-shirts. And you can see once I show the photographs, we were all wearing similar t-shirts. And she was so kind. She drove us all the way to Causeway Amador. So let me tell you a little bit about Causeway Amador. So it says that Causeway Amador is one of the best places in Panama City. It is long, narrow, man-made island extending out at the southernmost point of Panama City, and it has fantastic views, guys. And the water, oh my God, it was blue water. You'll see it in a while in the photographs. It was so amazing, and the drive to there was also so beautiful. And on the way to Causeway Amador, we saw a bio museum, a place called bio museum, which was created by illustrious American architect Frank Gehry, his first and only design in Latin America. And it's a museum focusing on natural history of Panama and how it reshaped the underworld. It's a very colorful, like, roofy architecture, and it's very different. It has lots of, ocean galleries, aquariums, etc. We never got a chance to go inside the museum. We didn't have time, but the outside was so fetching, so colorful, so beautifully designed. It was a work of art. Anyway, so take a look at the drive to the Causeway Amador, and then I will take you to Bridge of Americas. So after Causeway Amador, we went to the Puente de las Americas. It is the bridge of Americas which connects the two ends of the Pacific end of the Panama Canal. And it is such a beautiful sight. You can't imagine. Once you see the photographs, you'll know. And the docks and all you can see over there where the ships, are put in waiting. And over there there was another, like, a Chinese, like, mon how do you say, a plinth kind of thing, that was, in a memory of the association of Chinese with Panama, 150 years of association of Chinese with Panama. And there's also a gate kind of structure made in a Chinese, like, architecture, and the lions, and it says Mirador, Mirador de las Americas, which means, the viewpoint for the Americas, or of the Americas. Means it was like, it was created in such a way, beside the Bridge of Americas, that from there you can see the complete Bridge of Americas, from that viewpoint. So that's why the name was given this way. So we took a lot of photographs over there. We had so much fun, and that's how we pretty much ended our Saturday 23rd with Dennis. Thank you very much, Dennis, for taking us around. I don't think we would have been able to go there all by ourselves and enjoy so much. So thank you. So again, on Sunday, we pretty much chilled. We bought some groceries and just had fun. So we have reached 24th of Jan now, and obviously 25th was again working, and 26th January is our Republic Day. So since we were going to go in this time frame, okay, me and Neha and also Vidya, we had all decided we will carry a sari with us, because we knew that we will have to wear a sari, or we wanted to wear a sari on 26th Jan. So we all wore a sari on 26th Jan and went to Inade, and everyone was so happy to see us in our traditional clothing. They were like, how did you even wrap this thing around you? How is it staying like this? How come you've done it this way, that way? All the girls and even the guys, they were like so amazed to look at us, and they were so happy to see us in our traditional outfits. And then from there we were invited to go to the Indian embassy for the flag hoisting. So let me show clips of that, and also some clips of how people greeted us in Inade. After the flag hoisting, we attended the ambassador's speech. We took a few photographs. We gave her the gifts that we had brought for her, and yeah, that's how we ended the Republic Day in Panama.
तव शुभ आशीष मांगे, गाहे तव जय गाथा, जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता। जय हे जय हे जय हे, जय 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 जय
whatever the Indian diaspora is, that India's success has got a further dimension, has an additional dimension, and that's because of the Indian overseas community, the NRIs, or people of Indian origin.
So after the Republic Day, 26th Jan, we were all like super occupied in completing our curriculums with the professors because we had to conduct their exams and then also organize their convocation. So the next week or two just straight away went in, arranging for all that specifically for me because I was handling the entire administrative part of the project as well as my training and everything. So yeah, I mean the 2 weeks went like real fast, and then we completed our trainings, we completed their exams, and then we had to do a setup of the machines and give all the data in all the machines in the center. So I think a whole day went in that, and then we faced was a problem with one of the machines, that it was not working fine, it was not logging in or what. So we had to take that machine to the Inade head office, I think. So I'll just show you some clips of the Inade head office where we went, and we also met a few more people in the office of Inade. So here goes. And now the final day, the convocation day, thankfully Naresh sir had arranged everything, in the Inade center, for the Inade center, and all the, like the arrangements, including the chairs and the food and everything, was done by Naresh sir. I had no clue when he did it and how he did, because I was super occupied in completing the certifications and getting them printed and everything in real time. Anyway, so finally the convocation happened on 17th of Feb. And yeah, I mean, because 19th I think we were returning, so I just want to show some of the photographs of the convocation, and then my speech, which was partly given to me by Ninad sir, and then partly was my own speech. Ninad sir was our CEO at that time, so I had to speak his part also, and then my own part, and then Vidya and Suresh and Neha, all of them gave their own speeches. And then we had fun lunch, and then photography sessions, of course, with all the professors, the ambassador, and everyone. And that's how our entire project ended on the convocation day, with everyone happy, everyone satisfied. Yeah, that was the convocation day, so take a look at it. Oh yeah, and how can I forget the very beautiful memento that they gave us. The administrator of the Inade, Institute, Mr. Paris, gave all of us a very beautiful memento, and I still have it. I still have it in the same box as they had given us. This is a box that was given to us in 2016, guys, and I still have it intact, and it's so beautiful. I'll just show you. This is a beautiful orchid flower that they had given us as the memento, and it says Orquídea del Orquídea del Espíritu Santo, Flor Nacional de Panama. That is Orchid of the Holy Spirit, um, and a national flower of Panama. It was such a beautiful gift, guys. It was such a beautiful memento, and I still have it intact. It's a it's something that I treasure for life. Attic team, I want to thank you all for taking your time today to join us for this small, humble event to mark the successful completion of this training project.
India, Panama. Invitados todos, damas y caballeros. Estoy feliz de estar con ustedes.
So now the last day in Panama, 18th of Feb, we went to meet the embassy people again, the dignitaries, and we went to thank them for all their support in completing the project successfully. We were so like heavy in our hearts because we had made such good, you know, uh, cultural bonding and friendship with all the people over there, and they were all also very upset that we were all going. We'll never meet again, or mostly not soon, until they come to India, or if fate brings us together. So it was a very emotional, sentimental moment to say goodbye to everyone. And we got ready for the flight in casual outfits and everything. So Johans and I think Charlie, or I can't remember the other guy's name, but they were also kind of mushy, that okay, you guys are going. It was fun having you all, because we had so much fun. We and exchanged so much cultural stuff, and I mean, it was a very emotional moment. So just take a look at all that. Now a final click at the Panama airport, where I paid $100, extra for my heavy luggage because I had done so much shopping. I have never told anyone, but I'm accepting it today that I paid $100 extra for carrying, extra luggage. I think I was 2 to 3 kgs over my, luggage allowance. So yeah, and we were all wearing our Panama t-shirts that were gifted to us by Uruguay. I think Neha didn't wear the t-shirt because it did not fit her, but me and Vidya, both of us wore those t-shirts, and it was very emotional.
Hey, we are going back home. Let's look here. Say hi. Say bye. Bye, Louis. Say Divya. Hi, nay, bye. 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 That's Neha. That's me. Bye.
So we got into our flight, and it was a horrible flight for me because I could not eat anything all the way because I puke if I eat anything on the flights. But somehow we managed to get back to Mumbai on the 20th of Feb. And as soon as I reached home, first thing I needed was food and water because my house was locked up. For 3 months, it was kind of like misty, and also I opened all the doors and everything. And first thing I went down to see if my vehicle was starting or not, and somehow she started in one kick, my Sylvie. And here is the photograph, my first photograph after reaching back home on 20th Feb 2016. All right, folks, this was all about my Panama trip and the project that we did. It was a very successful project and a very good learning experience, culturally, professionally, every way, and a good boost to my career also. So thank you, Aptech, once again. Thank you, all the embassy people, and thank you, all the professors over there and my team for supporting me in this project. With that, I'll take your leave, guys. Thank you for stretching till here and watching till here. Please do subscribe if you did like the video. Thank you so much for joining. Bye.